Sin is my favorite villain in all of fiction because, on one hand, she's silly, but on the other hand, she's absolutely a terrifying eldritch monster and has some very dark lore behind her. I have a theory that the main villain in Murder Drones, Sin, is made up of three consciousness. I will go into why I think that and what they are in this video. Stay tuned. First up, and most obviously, we have the Absolute Solver, the eldritch entity from the cosmos that possesses Sin and is ultimately the driving force behind everything bad that happens in Murder Drones. The Absolute Solver manifests itself by the body horror and transformation of the worker drones like Sin, Uzi, and Nori, and also its innate lack of care for anything and just its ultimate desire to destroy everything. The canon motive of the Solver is to basically turn all of existence into a black hole and then eat that. The next consciousness that makes up the main villain in Murder Drones, Sin, Sinessa, whatever you want to call it, is Sin, the worker drone. We know that Sin, the Solver, comes to possess Sin when she wakes up under a pile of corpses of her slain other worker drones. And this is where I believe the Solver's desire to destroy everything is reinforced. Believe me, we're going to circle back around to this one here in a minute. Also, Sin shows an affection or care for N and Tessa, although it is in weird ways. She refers to N as big brother and as buddy. And she gives Tessa the opportunity to be spared when she goes to massacre the Gala. Sin's at least care for Tessa is also seen in how she dresses. Much like Jay, she wears the same dress. I don't know if Jay also wears the same bow like Sin does. In episode 8, after the battle with Sinessa, Uzi's tail says, "Have you ever considered wearing a cute bow?" and then puts the bow that Tessa and Sin wore on top of her head. Now we get to what you came for in the video, and easily the most complicated part of this whole thing. Tessa is still alive and conscious under the mess of Sinessa, and as the final part, but no less integral part of the villain Sinessa. My evidence in this, and to sort of tie everything together, I point to the full version of Forever in my statement of this. It opens with, the third verse opens with, which is where I find all my evidence. I guess this is the curse I so desired. I believe is Sin lamenting the fact that she is cursed by the Solver because, as I mentioned before, she woke up under a pile of corpses, knowing that the humans were responsible for this, probably gaining a hatred of humans in the process. The Solver's desire to destroy things and Sin's hatred for humans probably both sort of reinforced each other at the same time, which is what made it so pure. And then the rest of the third verse, which is My Great Despair by Tessa Elliott, is Tessa and Sin. Tessa says, so why do I feel like I'm alone in this? Therefore cementing my theory in a way of there's three consciousnesses occupying this one body and skin. In other words, like, she shouldn't feel alone because there's two other consciousness, but she does. And then in the music video, like, literally the next line is, "I think you should be grateful," whispered exactly like that, and it shows Sin's face. Tessa then responds with, "Please pardon me, I beg to rest. It's my destiny to rot, my great decay, so send me on my way, I'm empty." Therefore, it's like Tessa is begging to be let go. Therefore, like, implying that Tessa has not just been a witness to, but in a way a participant of all of the slaughter and genocide and torture and manipulation of, in a lot of cases, her only friends and, in a way, her extended family, which adds a whole psychological and just existential layer of horror to Sinessa as a villain. I've said before, despite being a comedy, Murder Drones has some really, really dark stuff when you look deeper into it. Anyways, this was my video on the three consciousness trapped in Sinessa. What did you guys think of my theory? Did you agree with me? Did you disagree? Let me know down in the comments. I had a ton of fun making this, and I love making stuff for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Jay gets more screen time with this end card in my videos than she does in the whole show. Just saying.